Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Burning Down Babylon. This is your host, Lloyd White, always doing it right. Let's get to it, baby. Alright, everybody, so in the news, we're seeing the House passes Kate's Law, part of the illegal immigrant crackdown that the whole anti-illegal immigrant agenda that the Republicans and Trump are pushing. I looked at some of the wordage on this bill, and I don't get it because many of the laws are already in place. They could already enforce the laws that they have now. You know, they already keep illegals at a maximum of 15 years, which the shooter of this Catherine Steinel, he was in jail for 15 years and got out. I read more into the case, and it said at any time when he was picked up, ICE could have come and picked up the killer and sent him back to his host country, but they didn't. They just let it go. And then he got back out, and then he committed a murder. And I think that's what happens with many of these illegals. Many places don't want to mess with them because they don't want the stigma on them. Then you're anti-immigrant and you're anti-this and you're a white supremacist. That whole, leftist, fake left agenda they're pushing on everyone has states and law enforcement afraid to do their job. Right off the bat, everyone needs to understand this. Illegal immigrants are criminals by definition. They don't need to break another law. By being in the United States illegally, they're already breaking the law. We don't have to wait until they rape a woman or kill somebody or destroy someone's property. They're already criminals. They should be rounded up and sent back. And I live in a small town in eastern Pennsylvania. It's a population of about 5,000 people, and I bet you there's 2,000 illegal Mexicans living in my town. You know, many of them don't speak a lick of English. The ones I see, hashtag not all, the ones I see are constantly drinking. Every day, they're out on their front porch drinking. They're very loud and obnoxious. I live by a few of them. They are the worst neighbors you can possibly ever want. They do like this is a weekend thing by my house. They have a stereo they put on their front porch, and they have a microphone hooked up to it. And they start 8 o'clock in the morning, blasting Mexican music until it was about 11 o'clock p.m. So this is almost 15 hours of music blasting, and it's loud. They don't even live on the same street as me. They live around the corner, and I could hear them in my house. Then, you know what I mean, 10, 11 o'clock, they're drunk and they're singing karaoke into a microphone. And it's annoying. It really is annoying. They live like animals. There's garbage all in front of their house. They don't take care of the houses they move into. They destroy the place and leave. And then there's another abandoned house in our town that some person is, out of property. And they don't have the money, nor do they want to fix this property up. And that just drives down the property values of everyone who lives around it. I mean, one of these days I'm going to have to bring my camera out and shoot a video of what it's like in my town, because it would shock people. It would really shock people. This town used to be beautiful. And I'm not blaming, a certain race of people. But I can say this. When this town was a majority of, 95% white people, the town was beautiful. Now it might be 70% white people, and it seems like the non-whites that move here are nothing but trouble. Hashtag not all. So, I mean, if we have an illegal immigrant problem in a small northeastern town in Pennsylvania, it has to be big everywhere. I talked to a friend online who lives in Texas, and she says you can't even imagine. These people don't have any pride in the town or city that they live in. They come here, they're here for money, they're here to do whatever they want, they don't get arrested. That's another thing. Where I live, you never see illegals getting DUIs. You never see them going to jail. They've been told to leave them alone. If they bring an illegal down to the courthouse, they don't prosecute them. They're told they can't. I've seen it with my own eyes. So these people live under their own rules. They live a life of lawlessness. And they know they're not going to get in trouble. So they drive around with no license. They drive around drunk. They walk around drunk all day in public. There's a beer store, like a bar sort of thing, a few blocks from my house. It's a total nuisance. But all I got to do is walk in there with a camera, and there's maybe 10% white people. The rest are all Hispanic. And it's a store owned by Indians. Now, I'm not in like New York City or New Jersey or anything. I'm in the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania. But this is what places like the town I live in is dealing with. And the other part of this is that they're going to take away funding to sanctuary cities who house these illegals. They already have the power to do that. They can already hold funding. So I don't maybe their intent is nice here, but I think that they already have the power to do the things they want to do here. I don't understand why making more red tape is going to help anyone. All they have to do is enforce the rules they already have on the books. Go after the illegals. ICE could come to the town where I live and pick up an illegal every single day. No problem. These aren't people that are moving to America because they want to become American and assimilate and, build a community. And I'll tell you what, I have friends who are of Mexican descent. They're American now. They have a business, they're hardworking, they're good people. They go to church on Sunday. They're here to build a community. And they're in the same line of thinking as me. They don't want the illegals here anyways. It gives them a bad name. And then people think, everyone lives like these illegals do. Because I'm being honest from my own personal life. I live by these illegals. They have no respect for other people or for their neighbors. They have car parts in their yard. If I go out in my backyard right now and show you my neighbor's yard, they're from Guatemala. We fought with the law for 2 years to get them to remove the cars from their backyard. They had 5 cars in their backyard. And the yards in this town are not big at all. Not big whatsoever. It's not what you think. It's a fraction of an acre. But they're working on cars. There's junk. It's a junkyard. And they own a separate building in town where they live. They don't live at this building by my house. So they just come here to drink and party and blast music, and then they go home at the end of the night when they're done. They're not aggravating their neighbors. I see the illegals committing crimes right in the town where I live. And, one time an illegal was killed in a fight, and it became an international news story. They pumped it up like, as Jesus Christ was killed in this town. And this illegal was a criminal. He was a drug dealer. He was a statutory rapist. And I know these people personally, so this ain't just, something I'm making up. But Illegals are illegal. They're criminals by definition. They should be rounded up and sent home. They cry about breaking up families. They didn't care about breaking up their family when they left Mexico in the first place and came to America illegally. They weren't worried about breaking up the family then. But now it's the people in America, it's the illegals in America they're worried about breaking up. Round up the illegals. They need to go. They're here illegally. They drive down wages. They're taking up houses and jobs that other people could have. And I'm working poor. I know this. I see the illegals taking people's jobs. I seen it with my own eyes. It happened to me. Enough is enough already. Enforce the laws that are already on the books. It's that simple. Alright, there's my anti-illegal immigrant rant. Have a great weekend, everybody. Peace out. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share. But either way, Lloyd don't care. Peace. I'm out, bitches.